High school, you have loads of school supplies and you have to move them. You have books, notebooks, pens, pencils, Walkman, CD players. And how do most people move these things? Backpacks.
As far as I know, there's been no formal studies done in backpack injuries, but there actually was a recent article in, I think it was USA Today, about the increase in back soreness and headaches and things related to these kids carrying all their books all the time in their backpacks, and the consequences of carrying backpacks are actually too heavy for them to carry.
Have you treated such people that have injuries or pain related to backpacks?
It's kind of tough to say if it's directly related to the backpacks, but we have treated individuals from middle school and high school typically that come in with neck and shoulder pain or headaches or anything along those lines that are caused by carrying excessively heavy backpacks.
Okay. Also a question, what might be done to prevent, having these like headaches, like you said, or back pain, like them carrying less books or or a better designed backpack? What would
Well, one thing I have seen from my visits to the high school is that students are actually carrying their backpacks on both shoulders, which is good. The best thing to do is avoid carrying a backpack only one shoulder or the other shoulder all the time. If you do want to do that, make sure you switch back and forth and you don't carry the backpack predominantly on the one shoulder. The other thing that you can do is reduce the weight of the backpack itself. A lot of times, one thing I remember hearing at one point is that sometimes these backpacks weigh up to a third of the person's body weight, which is excessive for somebody to carry. So carry as few books as necessary to get through the day, or only pack the books you need for the morning, leave the rest in your locker, go back to your locker and switch books, something along those lines. I know I have two young daughters, and for them, the fuller the backpack, the cooler they are. And that's not necessarily the case. They're only in elementary school, and they carry around these huge backpacks with as much junk crammed into as possible. And the best thing you can do is just carry as little weight as possible.
The average high school student takes at least 5 academic classes. These are made up of math, science, English, social studies, and foreign language. There are also electives. Each of these classes require a textbook, and most of the time, a notebook. And most of these students use backpacks to transport these materials.
Do you think your backpack is sometimes heavy because of maybe too short of a passing period, not enough time to go to your locker?
Well, Dave, because I'm a senior, I have a relatively light workload, but I believe it's not a question of shortened periods, passing periods, but a question of crowded halls that is the problem. Because you have certain individuals that decide to stand in the middle of the hallway, and therefore, your backpack gets caught on other people's backpacks that stick out a mile. So I think if everyone used their lockers and put their books in their lockers, then everyone would have skinny backpacks, and it would make life a lot easier for everyone involved.
When walking through the halls, one must exercise respect for those around them, even if those people have backpacks. But you must also watch out for yourself. Even if tempers flare up due to somebody's backpack or bumping into someone else in the hall, never let violence overrule your good judgment. Again, I reiterate, watch out for yourself, because it is rough out there in the halls. All right, this gentleman right here, we're going to call him Alfredo. I said, see how big this backpack is, folks? This is really big. Look at this. Microphones. Water. Look at that. Notebooks. Tapes. All right. Mics. Are we picking up a theme? Okay, now he's pulling out. It looks like a camera. All right. Headphones. Cords. All right. Mic cable. Tape. A board. It says the exact same thing I just did a while ago. This bag is full, by the way. And books. Tissues. And these are just a few of the items you find in your backpack. Of course, hopefully you won't have this many. And here we are. Notebooks. A tripod. See, this person probably needs to go see a good chiropractor. Oh my gosh, and there he is! His brother Robert! Yeah! All right. And there we are. He's out.